People are wondering why this rioting is going on in Belfast. And I want to make this clear. I'm not condoning violence. Far from it. Because we have spent our lives trying to defend law and order. So I don't condone any violence. But I will not condemn men and women out trying to protect their own homes. Because for far too long, Sinn Fein IRA can go out onto the streets and attack our bands, attack our orange men and orange women, or the black, and they can justify it. And everybody, down to the priest and his dog, will say, poor Republicans, how insulted they have been. Well, let me tell you this, we're sick of it. And the people in Belfast are sick to the back teeth of it. The whole thing started off with the band enjoying themselves on the 12th of July. Didn't even realise they were outside the chapel. But Sinn Fein seen an opportunity to attack us once again, and they thought they could use it, and our washed out politicians would stand back and say nothing, as usual. Now, I have to say, there is some good politicians out there, and some good DUP politicians as well. But there's people at the head of what's going on. It's not a democratic society we have anymore. It's a dictatorship, whereby if you speak out or you stand up for who you are and what you believe, you're demonised. The leadership of the DUP think that they can control and condemn and basically bury anybody that dare speaks out. Well, they should know better. They should know that the people, the good, loyalist, genuine people of Ulster, will not stand back and allow them to completely destroy our culture and what we stand for. We're sick of it. And the people in Belfast are sick of it. The ordinary working class people. For some reason or another, people think loyalist is a dirty word. It's not a dirty word. Being a loyalist is something to be proud of. And I will make no apology. For years, people have been apologising for being a loyalist. Well, I make no apology for being a loyalist. And I make no apology for the loyalist people in Belfast. Because, thankfully, there's enough of them down there to stand together whenever they're being attacked. Out in rural areas like this here, it's a lot harder for people like ourselves to take the stand. Now, that doesn't mean I'm saying we go out and riot and we do this and we do that. We don't. But if you have to defend yourself, you defend yourself. And they continually lambast us, treat us as if we're some type of animal, and that we're out to do nothing but offend the Roman Catholic faith or the Republican movement. Well, let me tell you this, you set the agenda. Don't dare tell us that it's a disgrace that people are out rioting whenever you have went out and put an axe beside mass murderers to come out and represent you, to speak for you. You have put an axe beside the people who come out and try to destroy our community, butchered our loved ones, and then you have the cheek to talk about a band playing a tune, while you have put mass murderers in the government as your representatives, and you feel there's nothing to be ashamed of, and you talk about showing respect. What sort of respect is that shown to our community, to the ordinary Protestant, and indeed the ordinary Roman Catholic? How is that showing respect? Whenever you go out on voting day and put an axe, which you're quite entitled to do, well, I'll tell you what it does. It tells me that you respect the gunman. You respect what he did and what he did to my community. So I'll take no lectures from you or the like of you about respect. And for the clergymen within our community who talk about the loyalists and about it being a disgrace, but they'll go and sit with the people who murdered us. The ordinary working class Protestant loyalist unionist is sick to the back teeth. And there's good people within the DUP, and there's good people within the Unionist Party. But there's people at the top of it who are making money, who are getting themselves a name, who are flying around the world and sitting with the mothers of our people, laughing, whining and dining. I think we've earned the right to be looked after. The widows of the Kingsmill massacre and the Darkley massacres, or the men with no legs or no arms, have the right to be looked after. Don't need to go and beg for somebody to do something for them. And the leader of the Unionist Party, the leader of the DUP party then, can hate my guts all they want. The reason they hate my guts is because I don't care. I will stand up and say what I believe to be right. Because I'm not in it for votes. I'm not in it for money. And anybody will know in 2.5 years I've never got a penny. Not a penny. Because the DUP, when they got power, decided they would try and destroy us. They haven't been able to do it, and they won't be able to do it. Now, I also know there's a lot of people within the DUP who don't agree with what they're doing. It's the same with what's going on with these parades and with the way the Loyalist community is being treated. There's a lot of people within the DUP do not agree with what's been said or done and would like to take a more hard line stand, but the leadership will not let them. What are they doing for us? I could go on here all day about the rights and wrongs of what is going on at the minute, but I want to make this clear. The innocent victims, and especially in the border area, have been betrayed by the DUP, by the leadership of the DUP, because they have a grievance against Wally Fraser and a few other people who are prepared to stand up, who won't be bought off, and are prepared to stand up for what they believe to be right. I will not sit with Martin McGuinness. Hell will be froze over before I will sit with Martin McGuinness, unless he is a complete and utter conversion and he throws his hands up and admits to all the slaughter that he did. Then I can forgive Martin McGuinness. And I'll ask the DUP this. What have you done for us? What have you done for us? We can prove, and we will be proven, that the DUP leadership was behind trying to frame us when it came to the fountain, to try and destroy us. We have it in black and white. I know with this whole thing, with this shrine at the maze, and this is what it's going to be. It's going to be a shrine. And you can stand up there and you can say it's going to be a new build. It's not a new build. A new build is where you start a new building. The problem is, this here is a building that has been retained at the behest of Sinn Fein. Let's make this clear, because I've seen it. The shrine at the maze, for the last number of years, through the negotiations, and the DUP, leaders of the DUP told me before they were in the government, they told me, Willie, if they could keep in this H block, it'll be a shrine. The very same people are now saying, oh no, it won't be. No. Now we're in power, it won't be a shrine. And I can tell you now that leaders within the DUP told me to my face, if they could keep in the H block, the hospital wing, at the maze, it will be a shrine. That was their words. But now they're in power. They're getting the glory. They're getting the big money. Of course now it's not going to be a shrine. It's going to be something different. Well, it's not. It's going to be a shrine. It's about demonising our loved ones. It's about demonising the UDR, the police, the army, and indeed the Loyalist paramilitaries. But they will be glorifying the hunger strikers. I'll put it to you like this. People like this here, this is what we're doing. The HET, UDR men, and I'll read it out. I can state categorically that the HET review process has found no evidence or intelligence to suggest that James Albert Fraser was a member of or associated with any paramilitary organisation, loyalist or otherwise. There's a number of these we have got now for UDR men, which the families will be able to highlight to people whenever they say the UDR were full of loyalist paramilitaries. And it's not about demonising loyalist paramilitaries. This is about the attempt to demonise the security forces. This is the type of work we're doing. Are we getting any help? No. We don't even get a penny for to put a drop of oil into the heat. The pensioners, some of them 90, the oldest one 92 years of age, has to sit in here with her overcoat on her to get heat. A woman who lost her husband in the Kingsmill massacre. But this is what we're interested in. This is what we're doing. Is the DUP doing it first? No. Why? I'll finish with this here. The DUP need to get their act together. They need to get the jobs into our communities. They need to get the funding sorted out for the innocent victims. Because I can tell you, they can dress it up, spin it any way they want. The fact is, we have never been treated as bad as what we have from the DUP come into power. Our funding has been cut. The funding to the victims, it's a joke. The funding to the community groups, it's a joke. Where's the jobs within the unionist community? They don't exist. And a community group or a band or a culture group, stop trying to tell them what way they need to portray their culture. Just let them get on with and do it the way the Republicans do it. And we will start to live together in peace. You will not drive the Protestant people into a corner. And you would think the DUP would know that by now. But that's exactly what's going on. You just have to stop it. Because I can tell you, I'm a nobody. But I'm being contacted from Portrush, from Londonderry, Fermanagh, Cookstown, all over the country, Kilkeel, Bangor, Newton Ards, Belfast. I'm just saying to people, listen, folks, I wish I could do more. But we need the political parties to waken up. They need to start to get it sorted out. Because the loyalist people are fed up with it. Fed up to the back teeth of somebody coming along, setting these rules and regulations, which is hard enough to get over. But then the other wee nodding and winking, if you don't support us, we might be able to get this through. They need to get on with it and start getting the jobs into our community. Start getting the funding, the proper funding into our culture, into our history, into the Protestant, Unionist, Loyalist community, whatever you want to call us.